Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope the new year came in wonderfully for you. Me and my mother stayed up and we stayed up until we couldn't stay up anymore. So, you get tired. So, I over this past week, I got three new books in. I'm still waiting for two more. One book came, but they couldn't deliver it for some different reason. So then I had to reschedule delivery. So that's a Polish book. Of course, it's the Carolina Kubakowska book. So hopefully I'll get it back on Thursday, that book. And I'm still waiting for my Hannah Carlson, the Tales from Atlantis book. So this one, well, you know what? Let me do the Color in Heaven one because you guys know I'm on subscription, so I get them monthly. So this is going to be a finished pages, but we're going to do this one. Now, I really like this, but I also like that they have put this in there, only human art. So, it's only human art. So I don't know why my camera does this, but there's supposed to be a button that fixes it in my camera. I don't know where that button is. So this is Mysterious Woman special. This is 40 enigmatic portrait designs by Maud Lemoyne. She's a French illustrator. I have one of her coloring books, and I have the previous issue that she was in. So, but this is more what I like in a book. Like, I love portraits. I love flowers. See, I really like that. Like, I love these kind of things that you can do. These are the books that I really enjoy coloring. Like, I enjoy portraits, I enjoy pictures, I enjoy coloring women. I don't get to color too many men. But you see, the things like this I can enjoy. You could use pencils, you can even use markers, but the paper feels different than it did before. I don't know why, but it feels very different. I do like them. Some of them could be colored gothically, some of them can be colored differently. Like this one. See, I would have preferred that I had gotten this book in January for the January one instead because the last issue, I wasn't a fan of the last issue. I have not decided what I'm doing with that issue. So if there's someone out there who thinks they want that book, so let me, I may save it as a 500 because my group is close to getting 500 members. My Facebook group, I only need 3 more. Maybe I'll use that as a giveaway book. So, yes, I know. I turned it on to subscribers only because we got some troublemakers. So here's this one. I kind of like this one, The Pregnant Fairy. I think I've seen this picture before in one of her other books, so. You can do all kinds of things with this book. And I have picked my 10 books for the top 10 books to finish for 2024 already. I have just finished picking out the books in the list. So I like this one with the cat. I just wish it had a dog instead of a cat. But that's neither here nor there. I just want more pictures with dogs and girls in them. So that's that one. And they said the next issue on sale will be January 17th, so we don't know what the cover is going to be, so we'll figure out what that is on the 17th. They'll probably give me a special sneak peek since I'm a subscriber. Now, the next 2 books I got off of Amazon Japan. Now, a lot of people have been getting this book, per se. Now, I've wanted this book for a while. Ever since I saw it, I just was like, the price was a little high. When you buy things on Etsy, they're a little high. So I tried to buy a lot of my Japanese, my Asian coloring books via Amazon Japan, especially if they're Japanese. Sometimes I get a few Korean books there too. So I rarely get the Chinese, but I try to get as many of my Asian coloring books as I can off of Amazon Japan. It's just a little bit cheaper shipping wise. And I had a problem because they kept declining my payment for some weird reason. So this is an introduction. Now, I think this is a page in the book. This is just an example of the coloring you can do in it. I like these these Korean books or these Japanese books. I really have a fondness for my Asian coloring books. So they say English Garden House. So then they give you tips here. I think these are tips on how you could color, how you could shade. And then they tell you about PDFs, PDFs. I think this is something where you could scan it and get some stuff in PDFs. This tells you, I think, about the characters. I think you can start coloring here. I think this is called Little Squirrel and Antique Friends. I like this little thing with the guy here with the bear. This is the first time I'm actually flipping through the book. I have seen flip-throughs of this, and I have seen people do beautiful, beautiful colorings in this book. See? Coffee shop. This is like, and now this is the picture from the front. See, this is the picture from the front. So you have to raise the tripod up a little bit so you guys can see it. Aren't these cute? This is a really cute book. This kind of reminds me almost of the Kanuko Gusa style of book. Yeah, Kanuko Gusa is the one that made these animal books really popular. But this is by the Mona. This is like the third or fourth book by her. I'm not sure how many, but someone says that she has other books out there, other coloring books, but I have not seen them, so I'd have to really dig for them. But then I would be tempted to buy, and I'm trying not to buy for 2 or 3 months. I'm not going to buy till I'm probably not going to buy anything until my birthday for a while. So my birthday's in March, so I'm going to try not to buy anything for 2.5 months. So I have more than enough books. At this point, I have 466 books minus the 2 books. That's after I finished 2 coloring books. So at this point, I'm like, I'm good. I don't need any more. You know what I mean? See? Grandpa and Grandma's house. So, the dog actually left on Friday, so he's not here. Hey. Oh, you now have a new channel. Okay, that's okay. So this is the squirrel book that everybody's been doing. I guess my mother came back to pick up something. This is the squirrel book. I got this off of Amazon Japan, which I will tell you, the shipping is actually a lot cheaper on Amazon Japan than it is on Etsy. So keep that in mind. And I can order more than one book when I order on Amazon Japan and pay one price for shipping. Rather than paying every time I buy a book, I have to pay for shipping, and then it's more money. So, the prices are a little insane. Can you do that? So then you got all these things. I think these are things to make paper dolls or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Then you got this little piece here. This is the special. This is actually the cover page. Then you get an index. Of all the pages. So you get this little pink thing here. That's the cover, back cover. Then they give you a listing of things here. I don't have that one. I have this one. I don't have that one. So then you get a little back image cover too. So keep that on mind. Then the next book I got is Erie's new one. Now this is brand new. It just came out, so I take this off. I also bought this on Amazon Japan. So this is the Erie book. So we will take off the front cover, and I will show you. You get this, and then this is the front cover without the page. Now, you know, Erie does all her images by toothpick. She actually literally draws these with a toothpick. And so this one I think is called World Literature, if I am correct. Don't quote me. So this is called World Literature, and I think this will probably be the first one I color because I like this kind of thing. I like doing bookshelves. I like doing books. So that'll probably be the first one I do. This also kind of reminds me a little bit of a picture that I used to have a coloring book. It was The Time Garden by Doria Song, or The Time Chamber. This image kind of reminds me of it, but it's in Erie's own style. So see, I see some things in here, like little scratch marks here. So you can do all kinds of things. And then I think this is a table of contents that people do in here and here. So every one of these is a different fairy tale or piece of literature. They're based on literature. I think this is the tortoise and the hare. So they're all based on some kind some literature thing. The images. So I think this is the Princess and the Pea. This is a oh, I forget what fairy tale this is, but it's not an American fairy tale. It's an Asian fairy tale. I don't remember which one. Don Quixote. See, here they tell you it's Don Quixote. I don't remember. This one is really colorful. I like that one. Got that one with the colors and everything in it. This one is definitely the Nutcracker because you could tell the Nutcracker is fighting the mouse. Not sure which ones they're all different fairy tales. Or Ebenezer Scrooge. This is Christmas Carol. They're supposed to be part of it too. Mother. You see how some of these are nice? In some way, I kind of like not knowing which fairy tale it is, but then other times I'll probably need to know which one it is. Okay, this one is very easy. Meg, Joe, Amy, and Beth. This is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I happen to know that because I happen to have read the book when I was younger. I like these images. I really, really like these images. I think this may be her best book yet, but every time I buy an Erie book, I'm always impressed with them because I always think they get better and better. That's just a personal opinion, but I really do. I think this may be Jungle Book because of the bear, the fox, and oh, what is that thing of? Oh, I forgot what the freaking animal was that keeps on haunting him. Now, this is Anne of Green Gables. I only know what this is because I've read the book, and Bright River was the name of the station that she arrived in. So this is Anne of Green Gables. This is Pippi Longstockings, I think. I'm looking at the pigtails. This looks like a fun one, and underwater, if you like underwater stuff. So then you got a nice little Christmas one here for Christmas time, if we want to color one for Christmas. This one, there was a picture in area that I was doing, but I didn't finish it for Christmas, so I probably will try and finish it this month. Yeah, I know it's going to be a Christmas picture in January. You might see some leftover pictures from December that I didn't get to finish. That's very pretty. I'm thinking this is Chronicles of Narnia because of the lamppost. I like that one. And a little girl reading a book with a cat. That's nice. You get this one. This is probably giving you the names of what they are. Oh, these are little like things, like little tags you can make on them, and then you cut them out of the book if you want to. I don't do that. So then you got the back thing here. So this tells you all her books. I have this one. I have that one. I have that one. I don't have the 2 postcards. Nor do I see any reason to get postcards. You know what I mean? I'm not a big postcard girl, personally, but that's just an opinion. So now we can get to the finished pages. Now, 2 of my finished pages are hanging up on the wall. My mother made pictures of them. So hold on, I'm just getting my camera. So you could see them. Mm-hmm. This one is hanging up on my house. This is Christmas Elves by Botanical Nook. I did this with markers and a white colored pencil. So this one is by Botanical Nook, right? Yeah, it is cute. So then there's this one, which is also hanging up in the living room. Oh, that's not a very good picture of it. It's coming out too bright. So this one is a little bit better. So this one I did with colored pencils. Santa and 3 little girls. So I based it kind of on my nieces. So this is Santa Claus. I based the blonde-haired girl on one of their little friends, Harper. This one is Hazel and Saya. So I based it on kids I knew and Santa. So those are the 2 that are hanging up. So that one was Classic Christmas by Giraffe Coloring. Now I'm going to do the PDFs first because they take a little bit of time. So these are all, I purchased all of these through Etsy or various other things. If not Etsy, I'll let you know. So this one is Christmas Pinup Girls. When I take it out, you'll see the glitter that I used in it. Hi, Evelyn Colors. How are you? This came from Nori Art. Nori Art is an Etsy seller. I love her pictures. They're always so pretty, right? This is Christmas Pinup Girls. I use markers and gel pens. Now, this one is from an older PDF book that I have. This is, what is this one? Christmas Country Town by Coloring Book Cafe. Now, this one, I use some pencils, markers, some gel pens. So this one I did kind of different. Hi, Kim's Creative Coloring. So you guys, if you go back, we actually did some flip throughs. I got 3 new books in, Kim. So if you go back in the video, I do a flip through of those 3 books. I got the Squirrel book by Mona, the new Erie book, and the new Color in Heaven magazine, the More Lemoyne special. So I did about 40 pages this month. So this one has glitter in it too. So this is a Christmas stained glass by Botanical Nook. You guys probably know that I love Botanical Nook and Nori Art. So you see the glitter in it coming out. Really, they don't really show it. So I used markers, some Copics, and some of the budget-friendly ones I have, and definitely my colored gel pens. And I also used some of my Arteza and the Staedtler fine liners for this one. So there was some work on this one too. So I remember what I used. That's not horrible. This one is by Deborah Mueller. It's just sometimes, we get so focused on the page that we skip it. I have pages that I work on and then I totally forget. And then I'm like, I totally forget what I've used on them. I need to start writing down what I use on them. So that way, if I come back a year later, I know what I use. So I did Deborah Mueller's Holiday Hair. I used colored pencils on this. As you can tell, I did it in a different color than I normally do it. So that's one that I know what I did. Now, this one is a very popular image, and she gave this away on her Patreon. She did this on her Patreon. Hannah Lynn does this on her Patreon. She has a Patreon. I'm in one of the lower tiers. I'm in the silver tier, and I pay $5 a month for it to get the Patreons. But there's higher tiers. When you're in the higher tiers, you get more. So just keep that in mind if you go and purchase the Patreon. So this one I did in colored pencils. And I also use some gel pens. What did I use? My Sohos, my Colors, and my Prismas. Of course, I always use my Prismas for everything, right? Now, this is a new to me artist on Etsy. This is by Adventurer Crafts. And of course, I put this as a 23 color your hoard because it's the first page I did in this book. From this person. And this is by Adventurer Crafts. What is this one? As you can tell, the back, this is the back of the paper. When you use markers, you can always tell when you use markers because the back is juicy. And this is how you know your markers are nice and juicy. Christmas Beauties by Adventurer Crafts. And I did finish 2 coloring books this month. So one was the top 10 book and one was not. And I have picked out the top 10 books for next year that I want to finish. So I figured that out this morning. So the next one we do, this is from Deborah Mueller's Very Merry Mermaid Christmas, I think it's the book's name. So this is by Deborah Mueller. I used entirely pencils on this. So, and I did get a new binder because my binders are out of room, my 1-inch and my 2-inch that I keep all my PDF. So I bought a 3-inch. So that is that one. So this is one of the books that I'm going to try and complete for next year. So this is on the top 10. So we'll go over the top 10 because I don't have all the books here. So I don't have much left to go in the book. So I figured I'd make it a top 10 book, So I did this one with my markers and some gel pen. You can see in the little gels that I did that. So this is going to be one of the top 10 I finish. I'm not going to keep this because it's, I don't keep all my coloring books when I'm done with them because it's just that I would like to make some room for a diamond painting shelf so I could do my diamond painting and start taking that thing out and create more space. I think a lot of people have this book, but you see, I don't have many left in this book to do, right? So I think I only have like this much to do left in it. And that's not a lot of pages. So this is one of the top 10 books. I'll go over. Sometimes I keep them if they're nice enough. Sometimes I put them in a recycling. Coloring books are recyclable in the state I live, but every state has different rules. So I don't keep them. Most of them I don't keep. Some I will keep on a separate shelf. It's about space consumption for me because I'm now living in a smaller place. So, I have to make the most of my space. Now, this is also most people do. I think for me, it depends on the book. Like, I've kept 2 of the Daria Soy books because the images in those books were so nice. I just could not bring myself to do that. You could look at it that way too. But I want to make I take photos of them. Yeah, of the images I use in them. So this one is $300 by Sally Berry. So this is the next one. This is the next one that I want to finish for next year. So I did one in this. So I did this one. I thought this actually came out pretty nice. I used markers and some Gel pens. I don't know which gel pen I used actually. I should have written down which gel pen because I have a lot of gel pens. Mostly I have to color it gel pens, but I sometimes go into my big pen stack and I'll get something from there because I have some gel pens that are from various companies over the years. So mhm. I think, for me, it's about that. Now, the next one, this is not in any order, it's just how they felt. Now, this one we did on live stream. We did this over the course of 3 streams. Everybody knows this one. This is the cat book. This is Nelko, the the story of pretty uh, pretty cats or precious cats. This one we did with a lot of pencils. We did this on a live stream. There's a live stream of this if you want to know everything we use because we did use a lot of pencils and pens in this. So just keep that in mind. This was one of my favorite ones that I did on live stream. I loved the way it came out. I loved doing it. I think it was a good holiday one. So that one was a fun one to do. The next one that I want to try and finish for next year is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I only did one page. I only managed to finish this one, which is kind of a companion to this. And then I started doing this one. This is a work in progress. It's not done, but when I do this book, it's always which book do you not have color review? So I always try and do this one. I love Ivy, but what I want to eventually do is I eventually want to finish it and then I want to give it to my nieces, or I might just keep it. And when they come, I might just start reading the story to them. I know this is quite a project to do, but I think it will be really nice if I finish it by the next year, so they're still young enough to enjoy the book. Inky and Ivy. I think it's a wonderful book, but it's very time consuming to do that. I remember I sometimes take an hour every day just to do one of these. Sometimes takes an hour to do one of the pages. Or I can take like this one. This took me approximately a whole year to do it because I kept starting, I kept stopping. Like this page, this is one of the busier pages. Start, stop, start, stop. So that's the other thing too. You have to keep in mind that. So the next one I have is Green Portraits Grayscale Coloring Book by Lana Green. I love these. Lana Green is another Etsy artist. This is her first bound coloring book, but she sells a lot of images and pictures on her Etsy store. So keep that in mind too. So I did this one. So I wanted something wintry and kept it flowery. So I did this one. I try to do a page every month in this book, so I don't feel like this. And then, wow, I actually did two. Why did I only say I did one? Now I have to fix that in the Excel. Yeah, I had 40 pages in Excel. So I forgot I had color two in this. Mhm. So that is 41. That would be 41 pages this month. So I'll give you the statistics actually at the end of the stream. Oh, that's nice. I don't think I know Ryan Colors. Actually, I don't think I know that person, that colorist. I've never watched Ryan's Colors, so can you give me the link to him so I can? Well, there's a lot of different photos in here. So the next one is Cosmo. So I've done 8 so far in this one, but I really like the images. She does really nice work. So you can also buy her images, and she does has sales on her images on occasion. So keep that in mind if you're ever interested in doing something with her. Um, this is the next one. This is Grayscale Coloring Book, Chibi Christmas. This is the grayscale book. Jade Summer sometimes will come out with used to come out with a regular version and then she'd come out with the grayscale version. I particularly like the grayscale version, so I actually was working in another Jade Summer Kawaii, but I didn't get to finish it. So this was one that I had started, stopped, started, stopped. So I finally finished I finally finished this one. So this is a cute, cute book. I like this because I get to color it in Christmas, and they're really, really cute. But here's the thing about Jade Summer. She gives you actually two copies of each image, so it's 25, so 50. So it's basically first 25, and then you can get to color them again if you didn't like the way you colored them the first time. No, that's what I mostly like about the books. Then we did Home for the Holidays. This is Home for the Holidays by Color It. So these pages I tend to do in markers. I just like the markers. So this is the one that I did. This is a Nutcracker one. I kind of made them all little reds because I just didn't have the time to color it. Color it is good for some things that I find that their books, for me personally, I don't know about you, I just I prefer using my markers for it as opposed to my colored pencils because it eats my colored pencils. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work with pencils, but remember, I don't think I'm subscribed to line colors. I don't know him. It's like he's new to me, Kim. So I've never heard of him. So I'll probably check out his channel later when you gave me that. So I don't know him. So I use markers in this. So I do like that, and I did use some gel pens. I did use a lot of gel pens this month. I will say that I can't do pencils in my colored books. Makes it too difficult. Then we did. Oh, I thought I only had done one. I think I did two. You're going to change the numbers in this book. In the numbers. This is the Christmas special. Actually, I saw this in the Barnes and Noble too. Actually, when I went last week to Irvine Spectrum. Yeah, I go shopping there. I do go to the movie theaters, but every once in a while I'll stop in and do this one. So this is the one that I did for this month. I like this. Did it blue and made it all kinds of colors, and then I did this one. I finished this one, made her red. I thought doing her in pencil. I decided to do this in pencils. For me, Evelyn, I think gel pens and markers are the best stuff in color it, and the same thing with the color, yeah, for how you color. That's how you do that. So that's what I did. Oh, almost hit that thing. Then we have Christmas Gnomes. Now I did this one, Christmas Gnomes coloring book by Teresa Goodrich. Now I did this one because I got offered a buddy color. There was this thing by Color Candace or Candace Color. She's another YouTuber. I know her through the Facebook group. I joined her Facebook group. This is Christmas Gnomes. Now I used a lot of colored pencils, so this actually served two hashtags: Friendsgiving and Color Your Hoard for December. So I did this one in colored pencils. And I used a lot of different pencils. I think I used my Colors, my Prismas, my Sohos, my Black Widows, Polychromos. I used them all. Then I think I started another one in this book, but I don't remember if I started another one in this book. I think I wanted to, but I didn't get a chance to. So this is like really just, I love the gnome stuff that they've come out with recently. Then I did a couple in this book. This is called Winter Chibis by Alexandra Farnese. I started going a little crazy in this book. So I did this one. So I did 4 in this one. So I went in and did this one. This is the one I did the previous month. I did this the previous month. I did this one. I just like these little chibis. Who doesn't like a good old-fashioned chibi? I did this one. And then I did this one. Yes, I have Gnome Sweet Gnome. That's the one you're talking about? So that's the one I did. So I still have. Oh, and this one is one that's a work in progress. I did this one. This one was a work in progress. I didn't get to finish this one. Yes, I did. I have Gnome Sweet Gnome. Then I forgot I did 2 books. Kim remembers this one. I forgot I did 2 mandalas in this. Actually, I had forgotten that I had done this. So this is an old one that I finished. Hence, the colors may look a little different at the bottom than they do in the big. So I was like, you know what, I'll just finish it and try to keep the colors as close as I can because I didn't realize it. And then I did this one. With my forgiveness, everything starts to change for good. So I did this one also in marker. So, you know, I don't do my mandalas as often as I would like to do it. Next up, we have the Debbie McComber books. She has 2 Christmas books. So this one is Debbie McComber's Holly Jolly Christmas Coloring Book. Now, Debbie McComber is an author too, so they made coloring books. So a lot of you remember I had the first coloring book by her, but then I saw this. And this is the one that we did on stream as well. We actually colored this book on stream as well. Yep, we did. That is what I liked about that. So we used all kinds of, we used mostly colored pencils in this, and I liked the way it came out. I thought this was a lot of fun to do. So that was one of my fun ones. Then we did another one. This is her other Christmas coloring book. This is the Very Merry Christmas coloring book. And we see, this is one that I did a long time ago, and I need to start finishing them, but I don't remember what I used. So then I did this one. I like the way this one came out, and I did this a little piece at a time. So we did this one too. So I thought this one was really nice the way it came out. I like this one too. So that was one of my favorite ones. Now, this was on my top 10 list to finish. I did not finish it this year, of course, but this will be back in the top 10 circulation for next year. So keep that in mind. So we did this one, this Fairy Tales by Emil Leidhall-Oberg. So this one is one of my favorites. I did this one. I like this one. I thought it very much suited Christmas and winter and very much was a seasonal piece. I feel like a lot of the pieces in this book are somewhat seasonal, but this is a book I won't keep when I'm finished with it. I'll do the video, save it for that month, and then move on because, you know, when you don't have a lot of space, but you have a lot of books, you start to try to figure out, what do you want to finish? What books do you really want to keep that make you happy? You know? Now, this I just finished. Okay, we only have 2 more books left, but this one, I finished this at long last. And there's 8 pages, 8 that I finished this one. So keep that in mind. I finished this one, so there will be a video on this one. Probably of all the pages I finished. So I did 8 of these. So this is a finished book. Long last, I can say this is finished. So we did this one. I didn't do the background. I just did the water. I did this with color pencil. Some of these I had a really hard time, and I just finished the last page yesterday. So that tells you something. So I did this one. I tried to use different blues, different grays, I used mostly colored pencils in this one. Another mermaid one. So this one was one of my, this was mostly done in colored pencil. This one was all done in colored pencil. So this one was one of the ones I did. This one I did. I did this here and I couldn't find this exact color, so I just went with a brown, another brown, and hope to God it matched. Same thing with the red top, the red seashell top. This one was really nice. I like that one. Love the way this one came out. So then I did this one in pinks, purples, some greens. This I did mostly in pink and purples. And so that's the end of that book. So this was the book that probably was like the most important book because I've had it for a few years. So I'm not keeping it because I don't really I like the pictures, but I don't like them. I don't like the book enough to keep it. You know what I mean? So there will be a video which will have a full flip through of this book, but I got to film that for later in the week when I have time to film it because, a lot of these things happen. And then we did 6. I did finish this book too. This was not on the top 10 to finish. But, I went through this book really fast and I liked it. Every month I was doing a lot of pages in it. People say, well, color by number is easy. I go, not all color by number is easy. There is one or two. Sometimes you get a color by number that's so intricate. You're like, and they're small, some of them. So I did this one. I think this is the last page before you get to the bonus pages. Now, you don't have to do the bonus pages. I just choose to do the bonus pages. You know what I mean? See, this is the other one, interior design, colored by number. So I did this one. This was very pinkish. This is winter patterns. You can see how many colors it is. Cactus and succulent. This one I liked. Trust me, that's colored. It's just a pale green. This is the one that annoyed me. This is the one that annoys me. And this is a fun fantasy landscape. And the thing that I don't like about the fantasy landscape is so intricate. And it's like I always have to go with a mic, with something like a lens or something. Or sometimes I use my ruler and then I'll look at it just to see what it is, the clear ruler. So that's why I don't like that one. Okay, and then the next one is mandala color by number. I think I would like that color by number if I ever had the option to do color by number again. But to me, color by number is kind of sometimes frustrating for me to do. So keep that in mind. So, we've had a haul. So then they did give you a custom color chart if you still want to do the custom. Then they give you a color testing page. I don't use any of that stuff, really. You know what I mean? I don't really use it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on the book itself. So, and I've decided to make a new notebook for 20. See, this was a notebook for 2022 and 2023, which I love this little thing. I got this a long time ago, I think at TJ Maxx for $6. It's been a good little journal book for me, coloring wise. So, and that was when I lived back in New York. So then I decided to do, this will be the new notebook going through. It'll be a typical composition book. So, those are the things. So I wrote down what my top 10 books to finish for 2024 are, what my January goals are. So, I write down goals every month. Who here does? So here are some of my January goals. They change. Finish 1 book, finish 4 PDFs, color 1 mandala, do 2 live streams, color 1 Demeter Victoria, color 1 Jade Summer, color in 1 hardcover book, color in 1 Creative Haven book, color in 1 Color in Heaven magazine, color in 1 Erie book. So that is some of my goals for 2020 for January. So here are the names of the books for 2024. Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. The number 2 book, 300 Mandalas by Sally Berry. Number 3. Now these next 2 books are carryovers from last year. Fairy Tales by Emily Lidehall Oberg. Cute and Creepy by Camilla de Errico. Number 5, The Art of Mandela, Volume 1 by Jason Hamilton. Fragile World by Kirby Rosanes. I know everybody's shocked that I want to finish a Kirby book. Realistic Portraits coloring book by Cindy Ellis Hornery. Number 8, Intricate Flowers by Jade Summer. 9, Magical Fairies by Demeter Victoria. 10, Moon Magic by Chartwell Books. So that is what I want to finish. Any thoughts on what you guys liked or didn't like? Like there are a couple of pages that aren't in here that were Christmas related, but I didn't get a chance to finish them, and I feel bad about that I didn't get a chance to finish them. So this is the new book going forward. You know what I mean? I try to keep the books moving, if that makes sense to anybody. So the books kind of, and since I finished 5, I moved 5 in, moved 5 out. I finished 5 books, but then I had 5 come in, so it's like everything you did kind of balanced. I sometimes see them for about the Chartwell books in Barnes and Noble. I see them a lot, but now they're going under 5. They're like, oh, buy the book for $5. I think I have the Christmas one and the Moon Magic one. I saw another one, but I didn't get it. I have enough books as it is, so plus, I'm now doing book clubs, I'm reading books again, and I'm doing that. I'm like now I'm starting to get back into somewhat of a routine. So let's hope that this is a good way to do the logs. So I think having notebooks is a really good way to keep yourself organized. You do that, and then, at the end of the year, I make a spreadsheet. So here are the stats for the year. So in total, I colored 510 pages. Out of that, 134 were PDFs. I finished 5 coloring books. 3 of those were from the top 10. 2 were non-top 10 books. Yes, I have a spreadsheet that I read this off of. So that is how you do that. Yeah, they want to do an ad, so I just have to, when they tell you, oh, you're going to have an ad. So I'm skipping the ad. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this. And guys, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that. Some of the stuff that I have is like, I like all the stuff I have. So I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope everybody enjoys everything that they saw here today. And remember to give this video a thumbs up. Happy coloring, everybody. Bye.